afternoon, San Diego. It is Saturday, December the 5th, 2020. And today I'm so excited. So I just got back from my local bike shop and I got a new set of tires for the MSUB. And now that I've had the MSUB for a few months, I kind of got a feel for it and said, I want some new tires. I don't know that they'll make a difference, but I want some new tires. And so here she is. So I have put on some Maxxis Minion DHFs on the front, which are kind of the de facto incredible tires for the front. And I went ahead and put the Maxxis Aggressors on the back versus the DHRs. Now, what's the difference between an Aggressor and a DHR? The DHR is apparently a little slower rolling. It'll probably give you a little more grip, and that was definitely what I was looking for. But it's a little slower rolling tire. So this should give me the grip that I'm looking for and give me some good roll as well. Let me make sure that doesn't fall off. So I am at the entrance to the Rose Canyon Trail. So the first quarter mile, half mile is all on cement, and then we'll be in the dirt. And since I've ridden here before, I should get at least kind of a feel for how it works. 70 degrees outside, lovely little clouds going on. So woohoo! Without further ado, let's go. Well, that was a lot farther than I thought that it was. I thought it was really short. I thought it was long, but then when I actually did it starting there, it's like, oh, it's really short. But it was a little over a mile long. I'm a little out of breath because the last little part here is a little uphill. No big deal. But so a mile on these tires on the cement, and they are golden. They roll quiet. Absolute silence, which hasn't been my experience in using a road bike. Usually it's like, you know, you got that hum going on. Now maybe it's the freeway that's right behind me, but it sure sounded awful silent. So now we get to the fun part, the dirt part. Now I do want to mention my local bike shop. They did two things for me. Well, they did three things for me. So the first thing I said was, how inflated did you make the tires? I've been running like 30 pounds and 35 pounds. I think I got it up to 38. They go to 40, I think. Most people were like, yeah, somewhere between 30 and 38. They folded up to max pressure, 60. So they're way inflated. So he's like, they'll roll better. So yeah, it rolled really nice out here. So we'll see what it does in the dirt. Number two, they tightened up the brakes. Oh, the front brake specifically very much needed it, but it's a disc brake and I know nothing about disc brakes, so that was a welcome addition. And number three, he said, your shocks are low, let me put some air in it. So now my shocks have air in it. I was going to do that, but just I couldn't get the cover off and just didn't get around to it, and it felt like it worked, but I guess not. And then actually there's number 4 and 5. He said, can I take it for a spin? Sure. So he takes it out in the parking lot and he does wheelies on it, and him and the owner are like, yeah, you can wheelie it. So I'm not wheeling it, so that's not going to be my thing. And then he jumped a curb. It wheelies, it jumps, it's trail ready. It's like, so they were stoked. They're doing things that I've never done before. Can't imagine me really doing it. So let's hit some dirt and try it out. Clean tires, no more. Bye-bye. So my greatest fear in riding out in these kind of places is snakes. I'm not a snake person. I finally encountered my first snake, and here it is. Oh, look at it go. I don't know what that is. It's a itty bitty little thing. That one I'm not afraid of. I almost ran it over. It's like, yo, is that a stick? I wonder if that's a, yeah, it's moving away. That's a snake. Oh, have I overcome my fears? No, but I finally encountered a snake. So I got that going for me. Oh yeah. So I just took this hill right here, which you can see a guy down there. He's at the bottom of the hill. I don't know what the grade is, but it is probably at least 8%. There's no way on my other tires that that would have held the grip. The tire didn't slip once. Now it wasn't loose dirt, but still. Oh, happy guy. Well, I went through my first mud puddle. I went through my first water, and mud has gotten on the tire and it's flinging off as I go. These are not mud tires. I wish I had a little stick to kind of whatever, but I think I've gone as far as I can today. This thing goes out for at least a little while longer, but I've already gone 3.5 miles, which means 3.5 miles back. That's a good ride for today. So we'll call it a day and go back and restep my traces. So mud, water, whew. Okay, this is just for me right here. I said I wasn't going any further, but I talked to a runner, and again, said it before, you come out and you do this off-roading and you actually wind up talking to people, whereas on the road you talk to nobody because you're just going. And he said, yeah, there's a little fire road, and so it lets out right here. It was just, I was practically on top of it. So I'll take this road down here over to the bridge, which will set me back on the path of righteousness. Or I could go up the hill a little bit and stay on the road completely. My choice. So yeah, this goes to Miramar if you keep on going. And if you make a left turn here, you're at the UTC shopping mall. So yeah, all good. I like it. Well, here we are again, almost back to the start. So I've got 1 more mile, or a little over a mile, to do on the bike path. I ended up coming all the way back on the streets. I had a guess, but since I have been on those streets before, it was a pretty educated guess. An older riser, Rick, has wised up and said, you know, there were some sketchy parts where you're going downhill into gravel, into mud and stuff, and I don't need to get hurt. I want to come back out and ride some more. So 4 miles out through all that stuff, I had a ton of fun. So now let's just safely get back to the car. So all we got is the bike path. I have to say the tires have cleaned up, kind of not bad. It is phenomenal, absolutely. I mean, after this first ride, I mean, it wasn't the be all end all for everything, but I would definitely recommend this set of tires on the bike. I liked it a lot better than the original ones. They rolled really nice. I felt in control, probably in my mind more than anything else, but hey, I took some steep inclines, 4 to 8%, that I know my tire in the back would have spun, and it didn't spin. So that was really what I was looking for, was get a little more grip, just feel a little more secure riding. So nothing more to say other than I had a good time and I want to come back and do it again. So until next time, let's go.